Greetings. Welcome to a Monday episode of Vaygrim's Chance. I'm hoping everybody's doing good. I really am. Let's see. This is new. I'm going to go over this in just a second. There's new stuff over there. New things there. Nothing there. Let's go all the way down to the bottom floor real quick, though. Why is it always night? It's always night when I start recording. I swear to Dickens, it's a plot. Let's see. I've noticed a minor bug, changing dimensions with NEI. It seems like when I change dimensions using an RF Tools teleporter, it bugs out my NEI and the buttons up here get swapped around. I get put in cheat mode or whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just something you might want to watch out for. Okay, this is something that has been donated by Shadowstar WD. He's not going to have use for it. He's been processing it, and he says, I can have as much of it as I want. And he started clearing it out in drums. I'm going to put these back in his base. These are steel drums. The reason why I switched over to resonant portable tanks, well, these things hold 512 buckets of fuel, right? These only hold 256. So this is a more compact, I think this is actually one of the most compact forms of fluid storage, non-Vs, non-weird Thaumcraft stuff in one block, and it's still portable. And I like it. I also like the fact that if you stack them, they automatically drain into the tanks below them. So they make really good vertical stacks that you can still take out. Nothing else has really changed down here. We do have our Tesseract down here. Somebody said that Tesseracts had their maintenance cost for power removed quite a while ago. That actually makes me very happy. Which also reminds me, at some point in the near future, I'm going to get the catwalks mod. We're going to break out and actually make a catwalk on the bottom level of this right here. It would be glorious. Let's go back upstairs. Not much has actually changed here. Requested and sorted. What is this? Well, I'm going to dig a hole in the floor real quick. Let's break those out. Whoosh. Okay. I did plug the soldering station back in because it turns out you do need to use it for some other things. It does have some other recipes, namely like the logistics HUD glasses that need to be made, etc., etc. I need a lot of diamonds, glowstone, glass, but I'm going to get to that later. So this is a remote orderer logistics pipe. This is just a chassis, a normal chassis. And this thing has in it, nope. There we go. This thing has in it just an extractor. It's a Mark III extractor module. All you do is you get a Mark II extractor module and put a diamond chipset over it. How do you make a Mark II? You get an extractor module and put a gold chipset over it. It's real simple. Basically, you just upgrade them. The only difference, basically, a extractor module pulls one at a time. And then I think the Mark II extractor is 4 at a time. And then it's like 16. But basically, the Mark III extractor pulls an entire stack every single go, which means it will empty this chest out very quickly, which is what I want. And it pipes it back to be sorted, back to the level below. This is different, however. This is a remote orderer logistics pipe. Now, you make something called a remote orderer. It's a handheld thing. And basically what it does, let's see, it's glass, and then 2 diamond chipsets. That's it. Or 2 diamond gears, depends on what you want. It's really simple to actually make in the grand scheme of things. I don't think, so what I can do is anywhere, I have access to my entire sorting system, right? Everything, which means I can request a stack. Now this is linked to that pipe. You can actually right click and it will say connected to pipe. I think this even works cross-dimensionally, if I remember right, but I'm not sure. Basically, anywhere, at least in the overworld, if not potentially the nether in the end, I have use of this system. And you'll even see it has a remote pipe connected to it. So now I requested those things. What happens? Well, they get routed to this pipe and any storage medium that it's actually connected to, which is that. So now I have a renamed pair of ender pouches. This one is connected to that one right there. Sorting and request. So if I open up request, I have, did I request the wrong? Let's do a full stack. Oh no, I don't have anything highlighted. There we go. So now I should be able to open this and see that 64 cobblestone is going to come popping in. I'm not sure why it's only doing 24. That is a little bizarre in the grand scheme of things. It even says 64 requested. Let's see. We can't see stuff in the pipes, but we can see them when they travel through basic pipes or... There's 48. No, I'm not sure what's going on. For some reason, I'm hitting a little bit of a hitch. I don't know if it's lag or what, but some part of this is not wanting to load. Whoops. Let me just right-click on there and load all of that back. We can test this out. I'm going to see if I can get, let's get a full stack of dirt. We should actually have 64 dirt show up. 32. Yeah, again, I'm not sure why we're falling short. That is a little bizarre. I'm going to have to actually investigate that and ask. But basically, for the most part, I have access to. Now, the better thing, the remote requester is useful. But the more practical thing is, I think, yep. I need, let's see, factory blocks. I need 3 of those, please. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. This stuff is getting detoured. Hang on a sec. Let's get this. I need to actually, this thing needs to be piped, connected to its own. Let's get those and put it in there. That's why. Factory block. So it is requesting properly. It was just getting diverted. I'm going to get these 3 and go boop, boop, boop. And then I need to get an unrouted. Let's do 2 of those and a basic 1 of those. As you can see, I made a personal anchor. It is on the bottom floor, just beneath the lowest level elevator. Okay, so lesson learned, this actually can accidentally get stuff routed into it. So now, if I request, well, first of all, let's open up sorting. We're going to put that back. Did I accidentally disconnect the power junction? Somewhere I did. Whoopsie. You need to go back. Okay. So now we can actually request 1 diamond. I can request a full stack of cobblestone. If we go over to the request pouch, everything will show up here. There's our 1 diamond. There's our 64 cobblestone. As soon as we don't need it, we put it back in here and automatically gets dragged away to the sorting system. I have remote access to everything that I have in storage, and it is glorious. Let's move on real quick to the next thing. Let's see. This is the newest addition to this part of the workshop. This is a top tier crafter. Let's do crafter. This is an RF Tools crafter, and I really do love the RF Tools crafter, specifically because it is so easy to upgrade. It's so good. You get a basic machine chassis, 2 redstone, 2 crafting tables, right? Then you get that and you put it in a recipe with 2 redstone and 2 crafting tables. That gets you a tier 2. Then you put the tier 2 in the recipe with 2 redstone torches and 2 crafting tables. That gets you a tier 3. Basically, the difference is the number of recipes it can handle, the number of, see, this is basically, this handles 2 recipes. This handles 4 and this handles 8. They use power for every action. You can set them to slow or set them to fast. You can control them with redstone. What I have this doing is standard compression. I am compressing cobblestone. Why am I compressing cobblestone? Well, I need compressed cobblestone in order to make a gateway to the deep dark. The deep dark is very useful, and not just for mining. The deep dark is a wonderful zone for monster spawners. It is innately dark. It's innately dangerous. It's a really great zone. I really do love it. So I'm compressing everything here to actually make enough of various different kinds of compressed cobble to actually make a gateway to the deep dark. So it's got power, as you can see right here. This is just an igneous extruder making cobblestone and piping it straight over into here. You'll see cobble, 2. It's not real fast, but I can just leave that running automatically. I set that up earlier today, and I've already got some, let's see, double. That's just compressed, double compressed, triple compressed. I've got the recipe in to make a quadruple. Just leave it running. So, nothing has changed in there. I've just made a few of the basic Ender IO machines now. I was adding some painted glowstone, of course, so I made a painting machine, sag mill, alloy smelter. That's all I got right now. Let's go upstairs. I have a tier 2 altar now. I even have a divination sigil. If I right click on that, tier 2 altar. But I'm going to show you a little bit of a secret. Let's get this, and I think that one, right? Can't remember. Let's see how loud this is going to be. That is very loud. Okay, I'm cheating, basically. I'm going to wait until that empties out. There we go. There is a dark matter pedestal. Whoops, let's turn it back on. Under here. And if I shift right click, it's got a life stone on it from Project E. It restores hunger and hearts. So this just runs passively. The only problem is it makes a bit of a weird noise. But this makes powering up my altar and doing a lot of off-camera work a lot easier. A lot of people would see this as cheating around the real challenge of blood magic. But it's kind of like research for me with Thaumcraft. After a certain point, you start looking for the shortcuts in the process because you've done it so many different times. Using things that are in the pack in combination with each other. It's just the way I do it. But I am getting started on that. I've been making some blank slates. I haven't gone through to make more slates since I got to a tier 2 altar. Because, actually I'm going to put that back. Because I have double layer floors here, I can actually inset the tier 3 altar right down here in the floor. And that's what I'm actually going to do. It'll go all the way back here, all the way over here. I think it's going to work out really, really well. So I can get up to a tier 3 altar in here. Technically, if I wanted to, I could raise this up some and shift it over a little bit and fit a tier 4. And I might just do that. I'm tempted to because I'm early enough on that it's a perfect situation. So I'm going to do some measurements. This is turned into my little crop and agricraft room. This is not the extent of my crops right now. This is not like everything has to be in this room. I've got some cocoa beans growing over there. You just put some logs down and plant them on the sides, easy peasy. This is basically where I have been starting my research on the various types of seeds that I have learned. Here's growth stage. This is bean. Brightness range has to be real bright. Discovered mutation, sugarcane. If you do bean plus sugarcane, you get coffee. If you actually do pumpkin plus potatoes, you get the bean seed itself. This tracks all the different combinations of things. Carrot plus sugarcane makes something. I'm not sure what though. So yeah. Anyway, I've got beans, carrots, coffee, melons, poppy seeds. That's just a simple dye right now. That's all that is. Potato seeds. So this book is actually very useful. There's sugarcane. I love the little pictures of the different growth stages. It's actually very cool. The book is actually kind of useful specifically because it shows you not only the combinations you've done, but other possible combinations you could go through. Now, option number 2 is you just type seed in NEI and you hit R. And it's like, okay, well, shapeless crafting. You know, this is basically a grass drop. Okay, how do I make pumpkin seeds? Oh, that's carrot plus potato is pumpkin. That's easy. So I've got pumpkins. I've got melons. These are actually 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All of this is 10, 10, 10 crops, I think. I'm skipping over and doing a lot of the brute force early game stuff. I'm not going to completely bypass all of AgriCraft. It's just that there's a lot of boring stuff to do in AgriCraft to get started. So I am going to have an episode to completely devote to getting people started on AgriCraft, what you do, how you can speed some things up, etc., etc. So don't worry about that. I'm not skipping over AgriCraft. I'm just not going to cover every single minute of the early game of it right now. We're going to have an episode in the near future. But on that note, we've been talking about getting our external farms up and going, right? Well, I thought about using the RF Tools Builder. And that's what this is. This is a space chamber controller block. This is a space chamber corner block, corner block, corner block, and up there are more corner blocks. You basically need 7 corners and 1 controller. Space chamber. It's pretty simple. Basically, you make 8 of these, okay? It's real simple. It is a machine frame, which is a pretty simple recipe in and of itself. Some lapis and some glass. That you make 8 of these. Then you turn one of them into a controller. Next, you actually make the space chamber card. This is really simple. It's 2 bricks, 2 redstone, and an iron ingot. And basically what you have to do is you have to line this up as a kind of a 3-dimensional box. If you notice, if I stand right here and I look straight up, that lines up. Same thing over here. Stand here, look straight up, and it lines up. This is a 7 blocks by 7 blocks by 6 blocks box, a 3-dimensional chamber. Once you get it up and going, I'm actually going to put this one away because I've got the RF Tools Smart Wrench. Once you get it all together, you can just right-click with your wrench. You'll hear that tone. Chamber successfully created. Then you get your space chamber card and you right-click and it says card set to channel 1. So I right-click on this and it says nothing. Big whoop, who cares? Well, let's go over here. Let's do lab blocks. I want 2 stacks of these things. And let's do glass. I want 2 stacks of quite clear glass. Let's put that there. This stuff is, I was experimenting with this earlier, and I'm, dare I say, shocked at how simple it is to actually get this up and going. So anything along the box border, so right here at this same level where this block is right here, that gets completely ignored. That's why I set it in the floor and in the ceiling. It gives me maximum range. So if we right click, there's nothing. If I step into the box, it actually says entity player multiplayer 1. There's 1 entity. And it would cost the builder block 40,000 RF to move me. I don't know what that means. You can actually move people with this. I'm not sure. I've never tried. But put 1 down. 1 lab block. So now I can build an actual module, how I want it to look, the size I want it, within a 7 by 7 by 6 frame. As long as I keep it within the confines of that box, then I can make whatever I need to make. It's nice, it's simple, I like it. It's a very cool system. And I think it's going to serve us, oh dear God, I think it's going to serve us quite well. Okay. That there, that there, that there. I actually don't like this. I'm specifically leaving high clearance in case I ever have to fly out and get in one of these things. There's going to be dirt at this level, but we can step back out and we can see. We have 40 blocks that are quite clear glass. We have 138 that are lab blocks. Nice and easy. There we go. It is still seeing everything that we put in here so far. If I want to, I could pull a full stack of dirt, or maybe even make some fertilized earth, whatever the case may be. I don't think it will do water as a source block. I'm not sure. We might have to see. But my intention for these things early on is to be ordinary farms. I'm probably going to have a water source block right there. Maybe put a lily pad over it afterwards, but I might have to actually get these things deployed, then wire them up with whatever need be. But my idea is to have these individually floating. I will probably do something like, turn that back on, give it a little bit more shape so it's not just a flying cube. Now, what do we want to do with it? Well, we are going to get, we've got our space card, right? We're going to get our builder block. We're going to get a lever. I don't actually need the ender tank because I'm not using a power source on this thing right now. I have a firm power cost estimate, $91,000 to move the entire thing. So now we can go out here. Let's get this block and set it down. I have taken my quarry card out. If we put this in, you see, we can move, and it even has the opening right here. We can even step in here and walk around on this semi-hard block. It's really cool. I can place these where I want to place them. The only thing we're going to need right now, which I don't think I have, turn that off real quick, that nonsense. Is if we do an angel block. There we go. That is that straight dotted line. I'm standing on this block, and it's basically this one, this one, this one. There we go. So now we can get that, put it away. We are going to come over here. We're going to put a lever on that. We're going to right click it, and boom. Now, in theory, if we go back in, that's empty. Instead, I've got the actual copy blocks. And we have, it's night again, by the way. Anybody notice that? It's night again. We have a floating module. What I can actually start doing is putting a unified look on these things. I do think this is a little boring. I want to put something in the corners, maybe something from Railcraft, one of the actual, wow, I can't spell. Let's go over here. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Stone posts. They have some really neat, colorful posts, like the red metal post. I think it could be really cool to make some metal posts. Of course, that means it's going to be a rolling machine. But I could make a rolling machine, put a I lost a perfectly good lever. Where'd it go? Okay. There's, see, stuff just flies off and I don't know where it goes. It's kind of bizarre that way. But what this means is, okay, this is the complaint I have about item magnets now. I'm using a black hole band. The black hole band is no longer 100% grab for things within its range. It used to be, but it's not anymore. The same thing goes for the magnet from Ender IO. The magnet does not grab 100% of what it used to, and I really don't like that. It kind of frustrates me. But now we can come right over here. If we need to tend to crops, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a harvesting machine right here in one of these and actually have everything get pulled out of it and put into a chest on top of it. Then I can actually have a pipe right there or coming out the back of the chest that is going to be visited by little BC robots that will come over here. And then we can stack these modules vertically and put some space right in between them, 2 or 3 block space. So I could put another one directly here, right? Put another one here, put another one here, and they're just going to be stacked up and kind of floating like this in the air. What I want to do eventually, when I get enough of them put together, is I'll put bracings between them, maybe use some of the supports from the Catwalks mod to make them look like they're one big connected unit. And we can actually put some kind of engine-y looking things across the bottom. Let's do 4 of those. This is so handy now. We just wait for this to come in. Now I have sped this up considerably. I did a lot of testing. I'm going to put that back. I'm going to put that back. We're going to pull this out. And let's do, let's see, is it right? It is. It's right there. I'm going to break that. You notice I'm not getting these lab blocks. And I should be getting these 100% of the time. I'm going to go down here and 3. Where's number 4? There it is. And there's the lever I missed earlier. See? It's very weird. The item magnets are very spotty now, and I don't like that. The only one that works 100% of the time is the one that's built into NEI. This one right here. This is what I've been working on. This is what I've been thinking about doing. With the method that we've got, I could make one copy, and then we put the builder down with a container that's actually got the ingredients on it and just have it build each one. Or we can custom build and move each one. Either way. I think it's going to be a really good system. I think it's going to serve us really well. Okay. In the grand scheme of things, I think that's actually it for now. I might have gone a little bit long on it, but we'll see. So we've taken down our builder, and now there isn't even the ghost blocks from when it got moved. Now we would have to make from scratch all over again, but as long as I stay within this box boundary. Anyway, as long as I stay within these lines, I'll put some more up there probably just to remind myself, but as long as I stay within this box, we can build whatever we want to and copy it out there. And I really do love this system. I think it's going to be a really good setup. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the Wednesday episode. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.